Is this the movie?
This is the actual movie.
Shut up. We really finna do this, dude? Oh man, I'm down with this.
So we just kind of have it on in the background usually with like subtitles and stuff.
Yeah.
But Reed, I think, could go into his biggest gripe.
The subtitles are just off. Like, as you can see, it's, I don't know, you might not tell right now, but it's like 15 seconds ahead.
Don't you hate that? Because it tells you like a dramatic moment, and then it lets you know, and you're like, I got cancer.
Yeah.
And then you like, you read, I got cancer. And you're like this, I got cancer. You're like, well, this bitch done ruined the whole.
It's like spoilers.
spoilers with your eyes.
You remember when VH1 used to have that like pop-up show where you'd be watching stuff and it just give you facts and stuff?
Yeah.
This is kind of like that, but like ruining the movie a little
So
bit.
that's what he's going to say in 15 seconds.
Yeah. This is the only time it pays to have a second grade reading level.
Well, it's
But
frustrating because I'd miss a line, I'd rewind it 15 seconds, and I get caught up in the scene too. But either way, let's.
I mean, are y'all caption guys?
I am.
So my parents started it, and we'd watch movies with them, and they'd like, oh, you pick up on so much more. And I hate to like take their side, but like it does, like there are moments when it's like I've learned,
That's
like in
true.
Stranger Things, there was a noise made and it said squelching sounds, and I was like, that is squelching. Like, I would have never thought.
Well, even certain songs and lyrics, you'll hear a lyric go, man, that goes great. Like a background song, it'll play the lyric, and it's like, oh, that's why he picked that song. So just like
it flows a lot more better. You're like, oh, that sounds a lot better than the shit I've been making up. But what about, you ever seen where you've been reading the captions and that word doesn't pop up? It's just like, oh, that's the original script. It was like, oh, car flies by. And you're like, there's no car right here. You're like, oh, this must be the original script. Or somebody really messed up typing it in. But yeah.
That's kind of this movie a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm only a closed caption type guy if people got like thick accents. If it's American, I'll listen to it. But nah. If it's like a thick New York accent, if it's like somebody like I can barely understand them, then I'll turn the captions on. But more than likely, movies like these, I'm like, oh, I'm just leaving it on.
well, there was a few Bernie Mac where I didn't know what he was saying because he kind of has that deep voice. Like when he's going, Lewis. I was like, what is he saying? I had to rewind it 15 seconds. I'm like, oh, Lewis, okay.
You got to like replay it one more time. Like, oh,
But
Lewis.
then you hear it. Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay. I'm reading it now.
Lois, I know this ain't easy for you, but I never thought I'd have a child. Now I'm part of this big old circle called life. A piece of Florida Henderson, man, might be here to live on, and maybe forever.
You don't shut up and go to sleep. A big piece of Floyd Henderson ass might not wake up in the morning.
Oh, Lois.
Bernie Mac is another tough one. This is like the reason why I love Soul Man, which was directed by Malcolm D. Lee, who did Space Jam, the last Space Jam movie.
Wait, I didn't know that. I
thought
thought
you meant the first one, didn't it?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I was on that one. I got the Bugs Bunny and the Michael Jordan that does like this.
He is him of Space Jam.
I know so many people that bought this Michael Jordan. He didn't do shit but this right here with the ball. Like he just raised his hand and brought it down. That was the most useless action figure.
When he stretches his
Oh,
arm.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was action figure. Like nothing else came out with that Space Jam. But Michael Jordan had like a toy where he just held the ball like this and he just reached his arm. With no kung fu grip. He didn't flip his wrist. You couldn't bend him. I feel like if you get a Michael Jordan action figure, I should be able to make him do.
Yeah.
Like they kept his arm straight like this. You could spread his legs and make the symbol. You're like, no, I want him to windmill. I want him to do all this other
It
stuff.
should have been like a Stretch Armstrong or whatever.
Exactly, right? Like that's
It should have been.
all right. Shark Tank, time travel style.
I guess you haven't listened to any of our episodes because you didn't know.
You're not a
that you
fan,
were
are you?
Also going to be getting gifts. So
Man, shut the fuck up.
right off the bat,
Nah, you joking,
got
bro.
you this. Talk
Dog.
about
Dog,
number
you joking.
46 back in the day.
Bro.
I didn't know. So you were a linebacker at UAB.
Yeah, man, from 2006 to 2009, man. This is, bro. Appreciate that, man.
Oh, no problem. dude.
God, man, appreciate that. I fucks with y'all now. I mean, I fucked with y'all before, but I was like, oh, you giving out gifts? I be like, no, really. Like, I've been telling my folks, like, yo, I need another UAB hoodie. What's the name? When I'm in when I'm in New York, wear it around and stuff. As you see, I got this Alabama on. I'm not an Alabama fan, but my sister's graduating tomorrow from University of Alabama. So
Oh, I was wondering what you were coming into town for. That's awesome.
yeah. So it's like I don't get opportunity to come in. It's like to the South as much, especially Alabama, and like really like just kick it. I always feel like I'm always like doing something, but to actually come back, watch my sister, my baby sister, graduate from college, makes me feel old as shit. And to come back and see this city flourish, every time I come back, it's like an ex that's just doing better in life. Like you break up with her, you're like, damn, she's in the gym. That's how Birmingham is. Like, damn, she in the gym now. She got a new bridge with lights. Look at her. She got a stadium in this thing.
She got a brewery.
She got a brewery. Damn, bitch, you got another brewery?
Got like 17 of them.
You got 17 breweries now? You try to say it was me holding you back from getting breweries? That's how I feel about Birmingham. I feel like I was holding Birmingham back. I feel like I had to leave and get out of Birmingham's way so she can get her associate's degree. So shout out to you, Birmingham, for getting your shit together. But shout out to y'all for giving me this, man. Thank you. Yeah.
What led from football to comedy? Or were you already doing comedy?
No, I wasn't doing comedy. It led to it when I was a UAB, my junior year. We used to have skit nights. So I don't know if you watch like what's the show on HBO? The one they did with the Arizona Cardinals. They do it every year.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
So like, you watch like the old school Hard Knocks. They always have like rookie hazing and stuff. So like every night, you have these meetings, everything, but after your coach choose you out, you gotta find some way like kind of like break the tension. So coach would be like, hey, does anybody have a talent? So everybody being like, oh, this person. We had Sam Hunt on the team. Sam Hunt.
Oh yeah.
Sam Hunt
Country
was
music.
Yeah, he would sing a song for free. Like we was in a close knit area with Sam Hunt dropping this thing, and
Were
now
y'all like, this dude's legit?
no, we didn't.
I was gonna say, I think if somebody like was whipped out a guitar and say, I'd clown on him probably.
Someone tackle him.
But he was talented though. He was still good. He was just like, oh yeah, man, Sam Hunt. And Sam Hunt was like a really funny guy, like a really funny. I don't know if I can say this without him.
Yeah, you
without him
can.
getting in trouble. Yeah. No, it was
No one's gonna hear this.
Yeah, people here. But no, it was a story one time. We had this one player on our team. I forgot. But somebody told him to go up to Sam and be like, hey man, I know your mom's a dancer. It was like his mom's like a ballerina dancer and everything, just to fuck with him and just be like, yo man, like Sam Hunt's mom's like just famous badass Russian ballerina. Can I curse on here?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So she's
A little late.
Yeah, too late now. A lot of beeps, but she's like, oh, she's just badass Russian ballerina. And it was like, oh, okay. It's like, all right. He's like, yo, you should go talk to him about it. That's how you get cool with him. And then they sent this guy over there, and then he sat next to Sam. He's like, yo, Sam, I heard your mom's. This is a planned out thing. He's like, I heard your mom's a dancer. And Sam, with the great acting skills, looked at him like, straight face, was like, my mom's in a wheelchair, and stormed off. I've never seen somebody go pale face so quick.
Oh man.
But it was all a joke. It was no hard foul to anybody with disabilities and everything. It was just like a harmless. I always gotta do this shit now because it's 2023 and I'm worried about.
I gotta put a disclaimer on everything.
Yeah, we was 20 something.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
That's like the worst cop out. It was a different time. It was
Yeah.
cool to
White
scalp
guys been
Indians.
saying that for
Yeah,
a long
yeah.
time.
R. Kelly was popular back then.
Since last week, you were like this. It was a different time. Was calling people retarded and faggots and niggas. We do it. It was cool in 2000.
When people said Space Jam, we knew what they meant.
The good one. But Sam was like a talented guy. And then people were being like, oh yeah, you should let Terry just go up there and just let Terry just riff. And I was just doing impersonations of like the coaches and situations that we have in the game and stuff like that, and how coaches didn't want to put certain players in, and it's just like it blew up, and then every week people would ask me to do it, and then people would be like, yo man, you got a true talent, you should do like stand up. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And then I end up actually doing stand up on a very momentous occasion. In 2010, I did it with Eunice Elliott.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've had her on the pod.
Oh, you had Eunice?
Oh yeah, I love
The
Eunice.
great Eunice. Yeah, Eunice. The first time I ever did it was her second time going on stage. And my whole 5 minutes was hitting on Eunice Elliott.
I bet she hated that.
yeah. She
She
but
was eating that up.
she was eating that shit up. She was
We
like,
got her.
whatever.
She came on, and she like loves Marlon Wayne's, and so we got her a Marlon Wayne's shirtless body pillow.
Yeah.
We got you one too. I don't think you. Nah, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
Eunice or Marlon? I'll take the Marlon. I'm a Wayne Brothers fan. But yeah, man, yeah. It was like it's been like a great opportunity for me to do stand up during that time. Like, I got a chance to meet like a lot of comedians and I got a chance to meet like some greats. And, I mean, Nick, you know how this is. It's just like you meet so many people in this business and you just being like, you don't know what their careers take them. And then years down the road, you're like, man, this dude is like amazing. They're doing this and stuff. And I always think it's just cool to be a part of history. I think a lot of comics get into like, oh, I want to be big or I want to be this huge name, but you're a part of history no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times you can say, oh, I saw this comedian when only like 20 people have seen him or 50 people, but now people paying like hundreds of dollars to see certain comedians, and you just being like, I remember when. And you just be a part of history, just being a witness. So, just being a part of it.
No, I don't think we're a part of history necessarily, but just doing this podcast, it's cool to have some of the conversations and connections you meet with people,
You're crazy. This guy over here, I know he's been part of history because of the Rick and Bubba, but the secret menu, I was a fan first.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Secret Menu.
Menu.
I forgot.
You're a bigger fan than me.
Yeah.
I remember the secret menu days.
We went around and ordered food off.
Oh, I remember that now.
It wasn't on the menu, so you had to talk to them ridiculously to get food. And we did. So this Arby's over here, they had a meat mountain where they pretty much throw like everything in the kitchen on this sandwich.
I remember that.
And the Arby's guy came to Rick and Bubba, was like, yeah, ever since y'all did that video, we've gone up like 300% on the amount of meat mountains we sell. Like, we kept that location open, I think, a year longer than it was supposed to be.
Look at that meat mountain.
Oh my gracious!
Good night.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so we got chicken, turkey, red meat, cheese, brown meat, pink meat, and white cheese. We'll put the ingredients on the screen here. Meat Mountain, baby. Here we go. Oh, it's so good! Oh my god, it's so good! It's so good!
I think it's funny to the point where you can just control the fact of like, oh, the traffic. You're like, you know what? I want to fuck up y'all menu today. And my favorite thing is watching those videos is just Nick lives up to like the nice guy shirt and tie, and every time he ordered like off the secret menu, mind you, this is fast food. He ordered it like it was drugs. He was like, "Excuse me, we was just wondering, did y'all have the 7 Dacker?"
And they overcharged me just like it was drugs. They're like, this guy's asking for a gram. $90, sir.
Let's do it. And he just bought it.
And then I'm super proud. I'm like, heck yeah.
Well,
That's so funny.
speaking of food, our next gift. This is an elaborate one. Open it up. There's
All right, for the audio people, because I know y'all do this audio and visual.
yeah.
This is a Chinese takeout box.
Yes. It's-
Old school.
there's a question in the cookie
I want to open this.
that I've been wondering to ask you. It's just something
How many years? I am not your
I've just
father,
never
man.
known how to broach the subject, and I feel like this would be.
I just pick
the
one
most
or just-
appropriate one. Yeah, just pick one.
No, I feel like the one on top is a setup.
Well, there.
I'm not falling for that. Banana in a tailpipe. All right. Oh, this is different. All right. Never had to open a fortune cookie up.
On a podcast, you've never?
No. Do I read the question or eat the
Yeah,
cookie
yeah.
Do all these say the same thing?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. The question, are you Chinese? I get that question so many fucking times.
You just have a vibe about you.
Yeah. If nobody knows, are you Chinese? That's from Impractical Jokers. I don't know what season, but Troy Chen, are you Chinese? The reason I went viral. People be like this, yo, Troy. I'm like, who the fuck are they talking to? Yeah, I hate I didn't establish myself, but I became an Asian man in less than 2 minutes.
Murs up! That's your question. Sure. You know when you write an email, you're like, shoot, I don't know if I should hit send or if I should wait a second, sleep on it. Yeah. I need like an objective opinion. Okay. Here's what it is. Troy, question, are you Chinese? I've wondered for some time now, and I didn't know how to broach the subject. Whenever I'm around you, I sense a vibe, and I just want to know.
It's a vibe.
If you're not, don't sweat it. That you're still awesome, and I'm sorry I brought it up. I don't want to insult him, you know? I'll see you at Kristen's next week. Hope there's enough sour cream this time, LOL. Right?
How good a friend are you?
Here's the thing, though. I've known him for like a decade.
It's an odd question. If you've known someone for a decade, you'd think you'd kind of know.
Yeah, but it's almost at this point, I should know if he's Chinese or not, right?
How can you know him for a decade? How the heck you don't know his background?
This guy's just jumping in! This guy's just jumped in! Eavesdrops!
Let's start with this. Is he Asian? Are you sure about
I
that?
don't know.
What am I supposed to know if Troy Chen is Chinese?
I'm supposed to know that Troy Chen is Chinese? I don't know.
Well, that's a giveaway.
Oh, Troy's the giveaway?
No,
Troy?
not the Troy. It's not Japanese.
He's got to be Chinese?
Not Korean.
I mean, I go over his house
my
once in
God.
a while, take my shoes off. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Where's Terry? Where's Terry? Back to the email. You think it's ready to send? Should I just hit send?
Yeah, I don't think you could hurt it. It's kind of funny.
And-
Has a nice vibe to it.
This is Troy Chen coming in.
Troy.
Troy! What's up, Troy? What's up, buddy?
I'm hitting home runs today.
How's it going? Good to see you, man. Quick question. You Chinese?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Didn't you? I remember because when you were in Birmingham, I met you as Terry T, and then you went by Terry Thomas because you're like, dude, there's this comedian in Uganda named Terry T that was like that was like
Fucking crushing. Crushing, bro. Like, crushed to the point where I thought my career was crushing. I got an email from somebody from Zimbabwe, and it was just like, oh my God, we seen your clips. We was wondering, could you do a wedding? And then the whole time in my head I was like this, you know what? This is the reason why I'm not blowing up domestically, because my reach is overseas. I'm kind of like
International.
yeah, I'm kind of like, remember Uncle
Pitbull, dude.
Why just remember on Full House when was it Uncle Joey? Which one was it? He was like, oh, he went to China and he made like the album. Or I'm too deep.
Uncle Jesse.
What a
Uncle
deep
Jesse.
cut.
Uncle Jesse. Yeah, it was Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse blew
I was
up.
thinking Joey was a comedian.
Yeah,
so I was
Joey's
like,
a comedian.
Did Joey Gladstone do
Yeah.
it? Now?
Cut it
Cut
out.
it out. Yeah, no. Uncle
You got it, dude.
That was an incredible Full House riff.
Yeah, people. How many black people you know that can do a smooth Full House bit? And it's been about 20-some years. Oh, this is my favorite scene from this movie.
Oh, when they hate each other,
Yeah.
that's the best.
60-40.
Do you think he really has a dog, or was Samuel Jackson just doing the wolf and
dog,
child?
Yeah, you know, like he basically said, and the way he laughs was just like,
How much?
40 grand.
A piece?
Oh, down the middle.
No. That ain't even enough.
The fuck you mean that's not enough, man?
I got a lifestyle to maintain here.
What kind of lifestyle, man, you filthy motherfucker? You got a pantry full of dog food, but I don't see no dog.
Dog under the bed, nigga. You lucky he didn't attack your ass when you came in.
You the dog, motherfucker.
I wonder how many takes it took them to do this movie. Because, like, one thing, they couldn't completely finish the movie because Bernie Mac passed.
Oh man,
He
I knew it was close. I didn't know they had
I know it
problems.
was why I was filming.
Yeah. It's like, what's name? Like, it's a scene in what's name, you can see them edit his face in for a laugh when they at the hotel scene. And there's another scene, if you don't remember this, Isaac Hayes passed like a few months later.
No,
Yeah.
a day later.
It was a day later?
It was a day. It was like August 8th, and then or it might have been August 9th, and the next was August 10th. It was the same year, one day apart.
Wow. See, that hits even closer because you think about that. He's just like both these guys in the same movie. And this movie is not, listen, I want everybody to look at my movie and like, oh, this is groundbreaking. No, this movie, when I watch it, it just makes me laugh. Like I haven't laughed like this hard since like Trading Places. And I feel like it's one of those movies. It's like 20 years down the road, people watch this movie like, how could this movie ever been made? Because there's so much offensive stuff that they say and do on here, and you just like, no, there's no way. Like I watched Trading Places maybe like 6 months ago, and I was like, I can't watch this movie ever again. Like I forgot that he did blackface.
Well, when they
I watched it too and was shocked.
You like,
Dan
shit.
Aykroyd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh booyah. Hey, booyah. He was like,
I wasn't gonna do it.
thank you. The whole time I watched it, I was just like,
But
I
yeah,
watched this?
in this movie, when the NRA line came up, I was like, I can't say 2 of those words. The times are changing.
But if you watch it, you're gonna laugh. It's like it's a Blazing Saddle, one of those offensive. They're gonna go off the cuff. I feel like there was a lot of takes. The plot itself is horrible. Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac is a combination you like. I feel like we was robbed of.
Oh, for sure. I was like,
Fact.
their chemistry is so good. Like, it's worth the watch just to see them interact.
I like it better when they hate each other than when they like each other. Them roasting each other back and forth.
Father, fuck you, man. How you gonna tell me 60-30? You don't dictate to me. I'm Floyd motherfucking Henderson. You have Mark. I made you and that motherfucker. You can't sing, hum, or motherfucking skip. That a bitch. Skip on these motherfucking nuts. You and Marcus make you rest in shit. Motherfucker, I'm Floyd fucking Henderson. You possum-faced motherfucker. This motherfucker slammed this door in my face one more time. I'm tired of this motherfucker.
When he's like, he just punches Bernie Mac in the face.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I walked in, you was laying there.
or the scene where you're in the bed together. You're like, what was that? He's like, I thought my blood pressure medicine. It was just like, Jesus Christ. It's just like nonstop laughter between those two, and you just like, oh, that was an odd couple. Like they could have did a buddy cop movie. They could have done like two fathers going to their son's graduation. It's like
I do want to see that movie.
Yeah, I like when I watch this, like look at them. Like there's just
No, they're great. it really just made me miss Bernie Mac a lot, too.
Oh yeah, man.
Every sick day when I was home, it was like Price is Right was on for all the time, and Malcolm in the Middle, and then the Bernie Mac show.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
speaking of that, next gift. This is like
Bernie Mac and Seltzer. How many gifts? I can't take this shit, man. I used to people giving me shit when I ask for something. What is this, a DVD?
It's the Bernie Mac show. It's like what they sent off for like Emmy Award nominations. It's like an Emmy presser.
Man, shut the fuck up.
But I just thought that cover was hilarious.
Yo, this is dope, man. I'm a huge Bernie Mac fan.
This is the first thing you ever posted on Facebook was a picture of Bernie Mac.
Yeah, my first picture was like Bernie Mac. Like I always like idolized him. Let me tell you, my greatest moment of means a comedian was Hamburger. Hamburger. I know y'all were like this. Who the hell is Hamburger?
I thought you said Hamburger. I was like, wait, what?
Like not the Hamburger. Yeah. No, it was a comedian named Hamburger who was on this infamous, famous Def Comedy Jam. Like where Bernie Mac blew up. Bernie Mac blew up off Def Jam. It was like, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. So on that one, it was him, Chris Tucker, a guy named Hamburger who's like a Christian comic who didn't curse, but every time he wanted to curse, he would say Hamburger. I'm not doing any justice. And he was like, yeah, fellas. He was like, if it's really good, and you and your lady and you stroking it, just say Hamburger. And then ladies, he's like, it feel real good to you. Look your man straight in the eye and be like Hamburger. So the whole joke is like, yo, you saying my name.
And no matter where I go, folks always say, why you say hamburger? Why you say hamburger? I say hamburger, so I try not to curse. Let me hear everybody here say hamburger. No, you can say what Phil say, hamburger. Fellas, the next time you're in bed with your woman, you get up that good when she start looking at you, I want you to look at dead in the eye and say, hamburger. And ladies, don't you feel left out, because hamburger, I got something I want you to say too. When he stop calling out your name and moaning and groaning, asking, whose is it, baby? Whose is it? Who's the best? You look him dead in the eye and say, hamburger. Hamburger, you folks been good. Good night.
He came to the Stardome. And I remember I walked in the Stardome, I was like, yo, you was on that Bernie Mac set. You was on the set with Bernie Mac. And he told me the whole story of like how Bernie Mac blew up from that spot. It was like touching the hem of his garment. I was just like, yo, you were the closest thing to a very like momentous occasion. Like, can you imagine being in one of those situations? You're just like, oh, I remember this set. Like, I remember this set that put Seinfeld over, or I remember this set that put Martin Lawrence over. And he was there when Bernie Mac just took off. And he said, like, Chris Tucker went up there and crushed and killed. Because Chris Tucker was the first one. And if you ever get an opportunity, Def Jam, look up Chris Tucker.
I think I've seen the Bernie Mac one. Cause I think that's when he talks about how bad he is at sex.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care. Like,
yeah, he's like, can of pussy. He's like, I can't wait. He was, I'm open about a 6-pack.
I love sex, man. I love it by the pound. I be glad when they put that shit in cans. Can you imagine sex in cans? Motherfuckers be shoplifting and shit. Folks be playing ball, man. Then what you getting ready to do, man? I'm tired. I'm giving me a 6-pack of pussy. I'm going in. Kick it! You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Well, he was like, but Chris Tucker came in thing. He said Chris Tucker like demolished. He said when Chris Tucker came off stage, Chris Tucker had a deal. And it was like people were trying to sign Chris Tucker, and like trying to get him like HBO. Everybody wanted Chris Tucker, so he had a deal before after his set was done. What a lot of people don't know is after Chris Tucker went on stage, another comedian, and it's been years and I can't remember the comedian name, but he said he went on stage and the guy was horrible, got booed off stage, and he said the whole time he was back there, he was after Bernie. And Bernie was pacing because he was after the guy that got bombed. And as a comedian, we know he's just like, it's hard to go after somebody that goes bombed because you got to dig yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So he was just like, Bernie Mac was nervous because at this point, Bernie is in his 30s. And Bernie was just like, I ain't going to get booed. He's like, I came too fucking far. He told the DJ to play some music and he's going to say something. But every time the DJ cut it, he said, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers because of the last comedian that got booed. So that's what I ain't scared of you motherfuckers came from. And and it kind of just took off from there. And just to hang out with a guy named Hamburger and tell me that story, man, that's probably like one of my favorite, hands down, top 3 favorite moments in my stand-up career, in my comedy career.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool, all the stuff that you get to do through stand-up too, though.
Yeah. Free shit.
Yeah.
Boom. Free. Like I literally got this. This is something I would really want and show around, and it's like put this on display with like rest of my stuff. You know, my books and everything. I always, my biggest dream, I want to be on ESPN on First Take or something, and they do those Zoom things where you see like their bookshelf.
Oh yeah.
Shit. And I just want to have that shit behind my head. I'm like, yeah, I think Giannis can win his 7th ring.
He's gonna go to New York.
He's gonna yeah. This year's what's the name? Yeah, that. And some pop funks or whatever, funk pops.
Yeah, during the quarantine, you saw a lot of those people. It felt like they had to scatter. Like, I need 3 books to make me look smart.
Yeah, like they give us like, give me her Barbie doll. We need something to make this look intimate. I'm gonna give y'all a secret. We have like a few books up there, but the thing is, we love action figures. You throw an action figure up there, throw a Stone Cold Steve Austin up there, throw an Iron Man throwing this right here. Like it fills the bookshelf up. Throw a helmet up there somewhere, your favorite team. Like, no guy actually has all books. If you're looking at you, like, something wrong with this guy. He's a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then the last thing we got you. This is the first time you ever headlined at the Stardome.
Y'all creepy. Wow. This is like some Nard shit. This is. Bro, how the fuck you? And then this shit is blown the fuck up. I'm sorry. My bad. Really cursed, but this is. This
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Bro, I'm not gonna get emotional, but goddamn, where's y'all? Terry T, 2015, November 19th. Yo, this is. Damn. All right, to my family, step your shit up. They out here competing, showing 2 random white guys, Mom. Got me a hoodie and my first ticket ever. And and you bought me a cardigan that I love. Oh man, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man.
No
Yes,
problem,
yes.
man.
You said some Nard shit, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you said? You mean Nardwar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's kind of our take. Is like we interview comics, we give them stuff to bring up stories, and we talk about the movies.
Yeah, and just creep them out.
Yeah.
Scare them a little
Yeah.
bit.
Gotta keep them on their toes.
Some people, you never know, man. Some people love it. Some people are kind of like, all right, man, quit giving me stuff.
Has anybody ever been creeped out by it?
I
I
bet
think Johnny Pemberton might have been a little.
I think Mark Norman was probably a little creeped out by it.
Nah, he's creeped out by everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
sense, though.
Whoa, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still awesome that you pay attention, man, and like, you know, you really consider people's careers and stuff. So, man, I appreciate this podcast. I hate it took me this damn long. trying to keep my cursing down to a minimum. It took me this long to come out here, especially hang out with Nick, because me and we supposed to do this before, and then I got caught up with some other business, and then he caught COVID. He caught COVID.
Yeah, that was literally, we were going to do a show at Tin Roof, and I had to text him and be like, yeah, I literally just got COVID. I'm not going to be there tonight. I got tested that day. I also felt like shit.
Yeah, that's the worst, man. I mean, we not mic'd up, so this picks up audio.
No,
this picks up audio.
Yeah.
I'm so used to be on stage about this. What's picking up audio? I need a sound check.
I remember hanging out in the sound room on the side room at the Stardome, and you used to get so mad because so many people that were really bad open micers would come in and request music and certain songs to walk up to.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I remember you used to get so mad.
And the thing I realized about me, I'm a very supportive comic. I'm very like easygoing. I want every comic to win. I'm not one of those guys. I'm like, I want every comic to win, and they be like, fuck that guy. Like, no. If I saw you had like even when I saw Nick, I told Nick, I was like, yo, you have a lot of fucking potential when I first met you. And I was like, yo, just keep.
Bombed.
Huh? No, you didn't bomb. Like, first time I saw you was at the open mic on the side stage. And he crushed it and everything. And then he did good at the finale with the what's name and everything like that. Yeah, so you had like a good set, man. Like you did everything right. And you've been continuously keep doing it. And then I decided to move, and I don't know what the fuck was going on. And now he has this miraculous podcast with 2 cameras and lighting and a TV and a half-empty bookshelf. So I guess he's doing pretty good for himself. So I can't say anything. But yeah,
I remember you did Bar 31 show forever too, and Rare Martini.
R.I.P.
Dude, did you? They're tearing that thing down.
Both of them. Yeah, you the one that sent me the picture. That was my first show I ever hosted. Like, that was the first show like I would put together and brought people in and comics and it just like it's gone now. How many people this reached? I can tell you a Bar 31 story that I didn't know till later.
I mean, I don't know how many people it reached, but I do remember. I've got some Bar 31 stories.
Oh, we'll go at it then.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll tell you. Have you been to Bar 31?
No, I haven't.
All right, so Bar 31 is a spot in Birmingham. We won't tell you. Well, it's in Hoover, but it's closed down now, so it don't matter. So I started hosting there, right? And while I was hosting, I would do it every Monday, and I would try to like generate more people. And after a while, it started picking up. And then one of the people there was like, "Yo, you should come check out our weekend." And I was like, "Oh, why should I check out the weekend? What's going on?" He was like, "Oh yeah, the swingers come in on the weekends." And I was just like, "What you mean?"
Okay, I have heard of that bar then.
Yeah. I was like, "What do you mean the swingers?" He was just like, "Yeah, we got swingers." Now, I'm still at the point where I've never seen the swingers, only through visual on a laptop. So when I think you say swingers, I'm like, oh, they got some 30-year-old, 28-year-old women. What's name? I get to this, like, I go that weekend because it was like, Terry, you could be our bouncer. I was a bouncer for the swingers club. And trust me, nobody got patted down.
It's like Jack's Western wearing Coleman threw up a bunch of people to like try to have sex with you. So I did a show there and crushed, and I was like, I remember being like,
At Bar 31?
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember like this was after you'd moved. I think Junior Cook was running a show there,
Oh.
and they had redone it, and I remember being like, I'm gonna be famous.
They make you feel good though, right?
I was like, this is the best I've ever felt.
They make you feel like a rock star.
And it just turned out they all just wanted me to be the meat in their sandwich.
Yeah.
Like, it was not a good
You were
crush.
just the prize.
Yes. I was just the best looking comic on that lineup. That's all it was.
Yeah, I remember I texted another comic because somebody had said a word to me. I never knew what it was. Shout out to Matt Davis. What up, Matt? And I hit Matt Davis up, and I was like, "Hey, Matt, this lady said I would make a great, I would be great in their cuckold. What's a cuckold?"
And now cuck gets thrown around all the time.
All the time now. I was like, yeah, I wasn't even hip to that.
I was on the cutting edge of cuck.
I was on cuck before Trump brought it, made it popular.
I do, not to interrupt, but I do love this scene with Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, she takes the teeth out.
When he says the Mr. Tibbs line, like, look who's coming to dinner. It's like, oh, my God, that's brilliant. Yeah, she does take the teeth out. That was a little unsettling.
Yeah. I like how she got a spank on.
Yeah, what does he say? She hadn't shaved.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, my sexual awakening was in the 1960s.
He said, we don't have time for that. Disregard.
Oh, yeah. He's like, do you want me to shave it?
Yeah, you need a pig.
You need a pig. Shave it.
We ain't got time or apparatus for that type of job.
Apparatus.
That's why I had to keep rewinding. I'm like, what'd he say?
Hope you don't mind a little hair.
Baby, I found my sexual awakening in the 60s. Nothing I like better than a big old fluffy. Damn, girl, that's a whole bunch of hair you got down there.
Yeah, call it the natural look.
You sick?
I know it's big.
You need a pick.
You want me to shave it?
We ain't got the time or the apparatus for that type of job. Look here, disregard.
Look who coming in right on time, ain't it? That is, call me Mr. Tibbs. Yo, that is, what's the name? And then later, after this, look at
You ever had a velveteen rub?
I didn't know what that was. I was like, oh, that's a new thing. And I started dropping that shit. I was like, I need that velveteen rub. I hope this podcast, at the end, y'all put a hashtag velveteen rub. And make people look up velveteen.
We will now.
Look at it. She takes her teeth out. I think as a guy, I think we all would have the same facial expression on our face if a woman decided to take her teeth out. It would be terrified, but at the same time, like this, do what you got to do.
Dude.
And then look at him. He is still on the pill.
My favorite is how mad he gets at Sam Jackson's with the younger girl.
Yeah. He's with the daughter.
Yeah.
Like, hey, mama.
Justin?
Mama?
Mama? Little whore.
You're one to talk. Oh, did you take out your teeth for him?
You watch how you talk to your mama.
Please, you can't talk to me like that. You're not my daddy.
That's right. Who's your dad?
You're my daddy.
Your big
You're
dad.
my big daddy.
Rosalie, are you in there?
Actually, that's my daddy.
Dude, his little soul patch
Yeah.
is so cringe. He pulls it off and makes it look cool.
Because Sam Jackson is one of the coolest people. Like, look, he felt good about himself right here. This is the scene you're talking about. Where they, like, Bernie Mac is out here with Jennifer Coolidge. Sam Jackson is supposed to be jealous, and then boom, next thing you know, there's a young chick that comes out and she just starts making out with Sam Jackson. And you totally believe this scene. You believe that Sam Jackson can pull a 24-year-old. I think to this day, Nick Fury can do it. Nick Fury can pull any woman that he wants.
What made you, I guess, your love for Bernie Mac? Are you equally like Sam Jackson? Is this would you say this is Sam Jackson's best movie for you too?
No, I want to say because Sam just has so many great qualities as an actor. It depends on what you want to watch from Sam Jackson, but he has so many roles where he's just been like from. Pulp Fiction, Black Snake Moan.
Those are a little bit better than this.
Yeah. Was a Long Night with Long Kiss Goodnight. I like that one. It was Sam Jackson in it.
His hair in this reminds me of from Jackie Brown. Like that role.
Jackie Brown.
Mm-hmm. He's great in that too. And all the other Tarantino movies too. He's great in those.
Yeah. But I think this was big for Sam, like not for Sam, but for Bernie Mac, because Bernie Mac only had like a couple of movies where he was like a lead actor. It was Mr. 3000.
Yeah. Guess who?
Yeah, guess who? Which of course it was just another remake.
And he was in Ocean's 13, or all
Oh,
the Ocean's
yeah,
11 movies, but he wasn't like
He wasn't the guy.
There were so many main characters. It's hard to.
It was an ensemble.
Yeah.
Of what's the name? But yeah,
That was a good word. I was trying to think of what I would. It is an ensemble.
hey, shout out to Bessemer City School System. I appreciate y'all, man. People talk shit about y'all, but y'all didn't let me down.
Those great words, but an hour and a half late.
Hey, long as you're there, long as you participated. And another movie he was in that I thought like he flew under the radar because it was real funny was Transformers.
I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, he was in
Was he Optimus Prime?
Autobots have rolled out. God damn it. Fuck you, Megatron. You and these weak ass goddamn bots.
Bernie Macatron.
Bernie Macatron. You gonna make me goddamn bust a move in this bitch. But yeah, nah, he was a car salesman to
God, I can't believe
to Sam Witwicky.
I didn't know that.
And he was like,
Oh, wait.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that car right there. He just hit that super funny laugh.
$5 grand.
No, I'm not paying over 4.
Come on, get out the car.
No. You said cars pick their drivers.
Well, sometimes they pick a driver with a cheap ass phone off the car. This is a classic engine right here. I sold a car the other day. Oh, no worries. I get a sludge hammer and knock this right out. Hey, Manny! Get your clown cousin and get some hammers and come bang this stuff out, baby!
Transformers. Bobby Bolivia.
Yeah, he was the what's the name? Who sold?
He's a car salesman in this too.
Yeah.
Bad Santa.
Oh yeah, he's great in that.
Is his filmography long?
Yeah, I mean,
of course,
Head of State, dude.
Head of
I
State.
forgot about that. Mitch Gilliam.
Wow.
Yeah, I did think of that because in this movie, Samuel Jackson punches him right when he sees him.
Yeah.
And same thing, all the slapping.
Yeah, he just slapped everybody. Yeah, he played Chris Rock's brother.
He was in Friday.
Of course, he played the preacher in
Pastor
Friday.
Cleaver.
Played Dollar Bill in the Players Club.
Above the Rim.
Oh yeah.
Played Flip.
Play Flip. You gotta get them bunk from.
Oh yeah, Jangle Leg from Life.
Life.
Yeah,
Jangle Leg.
Jangle Leg.
Jangle Leg.
If you need anything of any kind, give me a holler. Name Jangle Leg.
I appreciate it. Jangle Leg, you say?
Jangle Leg.
Claude.
Claude.
Yeah, Claude.
Your hand nice and supple, like a lady.
The Bernie Mac show is huge too.
Oh.
Like I really miss. I wish we had him addressing America. You know, like America, listen up, America.
Yeah. Oh man.
We could have used him during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, he would have been the perfect.
You know something, America? You try to protect your family the best you can, but in the end, there's not really much you can do. Because, see, gas pipes burst. People rob houses. Planes fly in the building. So what you gonna do? You gonna live in fear? You got to live your life. Have fun. Be yourself. Make mistakes. See, Bernie Mac may have overreacted, but one thing he did get right, it's important to be together. So I told you once before, America, we're family. You and I, we are family. Always and forever. Y'all take care.
Yeah, Bernie Mac. I remember when he passed away. It was just like one of the saddest. There's only a few deaths that made me really sad. His death, Kobe Bryant's death.
I knew you were gonna say Kobe, man.
I mean, like any death that just catch you off guard. Like I wasn't even that sad when like Chadwick passed away, but for some reason, like when it's your idol, somebody like you watch, but when Kobe just passed away, you were just like, nah. And then his daughter added to it. I'm just like,
Dude, I cried like real tears for like multiple days just because it was just like you would be fine, and all of a sudden you'd hit a news story, and it just, I don't know, it was devastating, man. He was my first like hero to fall, where you're just like.
Nick called me at a tone where I thought he was going. I like sat down because I was like, I think my mom or dad just died or something.
Hey man, he talked to you. There.
I mean, that's what it was like.
And he was like, "Wait, man, they okay?" Yeah.
I was relieved to hear it, but I was sad though too. I mean,
and then he was like, "Oh, Oh,
It was very,
I like a
bittersweet.
bummer, but my life is gonna keep on doing the exact same. It's unaffected.
You did
so.
you did 7 different O's. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, I took it hard.
I think my family called me and checked on me. Like it was rough. I mean, Kobe was Jordan. I mean, we all grew up with like kind of like Jordan. I grew up in like I was born in '86, even though I was born in '68.
Mhm.
But I was born in '86, where I saw Jordan, but I saw Jordan at the tail end.
Yeah.
But we saw Kobe at the beginning, at 18 and growing up.
Being in the Sprite dunk contest in '96.
Dating Brandy.
Yeah, I mean,
like making commercials,
jumping over a car. I remember that commercial where he jumped over.
making bad rap videos. I remember that, Kobe. But then you watch people like, that's why I never argue with anybody that grew up with LeBron. Like my baby brother, like he loves LeBron. Like I would never question your love for LeBron because you just watch this man do miraculous things, and here I come tell you about somebody before him like this. That shit don't even matter. Because have you seen what this guy just did? And to my brother's defense, it's like, yo, LeBron is like one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
like at 38, like I'm 37, and to watch him do some of the stuff like jump and move around and then do something the next day. Think about how hard you party. You go out and do softball intramural, and then the next day you being like, I'm not doing shit. And he does this at 38 every single day.
I'm gonna have to take tomorrow off just for podcast. I've been holding this mic for like what, an hour?
Yeah, you do shit like this. My wrist. What did I do yesterday? My wrist was hurting like that. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I was doing that podcast." You're
Yeah,
like, we're gonna have
that
to get somebody
and
to hold
clear
these
my-
podcast mics for us.
So,
Like, what we gotta do? What's the number for us to get somebody to hold these mics for us? What's the number?
I don't
What's
know.
what's the mess?
That's the first people
Well,
guy we're gonna
yeah,
hire.
I
though.
think the number would be 0 gifts.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all need an accountant.
Yeah.
You need a financial advisor. Like, oh yeah, y'all got the money. It's going to gifts and everything. But I say thank you for the gifts. Keep doing it. Y'all we never know which podcast or which episode is going to be viral. So if somebody needs to say something wild, and I'm going to do it right now.
Let's go.
I have nothing. But, but they can use that part of the clip and bait you in.
Yeah.
We'll end it right there.
That's
yeah.
where
Everybody just like, guess what? You know what? I'm going to say something that's going to fuck up the whole comedy community right now.
right after this.
Right after this.
So, what are your
Cut it,
thoughts on the new Bud Light campaign?
The Bud Light campaign. I mean, I drank Michelob. I didn't know nothing about it until somebody was just like, "Oh, Bud Light's asshole." Or folks like this. I can't believe people upset about a beer, and I was like, I still don't know.
Kid Rock's not happy. No, but
Kid
real
Rock.
question I want to ask you. You said Kobe is your guy, but do you think he's better than LeBron, or is he like? What's your like top 5?
My top
basketball
5. I mean,
players?
basketball is such an opinion. Like the
Mhm.
GOATs thing or Mount Rushmore and everything.
It's almost obnoxious.
Yeah. Like you. I mean, I don't pay attention to Mount Rushmore because it really depends on which era. It really depends on which player that you're talking about, which era that you want your player to talk. Like what's name? But statistically, I'm gonna say like, yeah, LeBron is better. But in my eyes, Kobe will always be the greatest. And here's my reason why.
Better than MJ?
Better than MJ and better than LeBron. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Kobe was kind of like me. He was like he stick with me. Kobe.
I see it.
Kobe grew up in an era, even though me and LeBron are the same age. Kobe grew up in an era where he had to merge the two, where it was like one side where like Kobe was like, I grew up in a nitty gritty '90s era where like I had to learn how like to really scrap and fight, and the Kevin Garnett's of the world, and people like really say like really wild shit. But I also grew up in the age of like social media where I know like my off the court is important as my on the court, so I have to have this persona and like in this what's name to like push my community forward, push people around me forward, and like people see me in this light. Unlike Jordan, with Jordan who's just like, he was like, I ain't gotta fuck with these kids. Like y'all just need to see me drop these points and stuff like that. And LeBron, where he didn't have to face the '90s, where he was just like, could LeBron do the '90s? Like that's one question everybody always asks LeBron. Is just like, well, if you dropped LeBron in '97, and I'd be like, well, he'll win a ring.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely would have gotten one. It's just a different brand of bat. Like to me, like when I think of LeBron, I think about like him complaining about the Spurs AC being out and them losing that championship. And it's like, dude, you were like young, and that was like old ass Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Like the Heat and their AC being out affected Tim Duncan way more than it affected you.
I can't wait to watch the 30 for 30 on that though.
Yeah,
that's just the whole conspiracy.
Yeah. But the thing about getting LeBron for this is like in that era you gotta address stuff, because if you address it, then they pay attention to the next game, and then you be like, hey, y'all ain't got the AC on in here. 2 technicals. LeBron shoots 17 free throws, and then it pays off for everybody. So I feel like look at LeBron. LeBron is what, 6'8", 260, 250, and he charges in the hole, and everybody gets on to him about flopping, but I mean, nobody can really stop him, so he has to sell it.
Could you, at your best football player, tackle LeBron?
No.
You don't think so?
No. No. The older I get, the more realistic I am about life.
Yeah, that was 5 no's.
That was 5 no's.
Yeah. I didn't ask it good.
I was trying to beat my record of 6, but nah. No. Like you respect a superior athlete, and we start seeing superior athletes. You're just like, at 38, like, no, I don't even think my body can make it to 28 doing what he's doing.
So are you still you doing Comedy Cellar and still making some appearances and doing some stuff?
Yeah, man. I did the Comedy Cellar. I'm still doing the Comedy Cellar.
Because Reed, that's the coolest thing when you got to take care of Reed and y'all hung out at the comedy. I always thought that was so neat, man.
Oh yeah, that was
I forgot about that.
Yeah, man, that was a blast.
We hung out at the comedy table.
Yeah, I don't drink much, and that's the last time I was just smashed.
I forgot all about it. That's how much I drink, and I was just like, "Yo, he come hang out." And we sat at the what's name? I forgot who was probably around that night.
Joel Johnson was with us.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah,
who did something for
Wasn't Joe
NBC
Mackey there?
Yeah, Joe Mackey was there.
Joe Mackey probably has his notepad out, writing.
We were just making fun of him from afar.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm like, it's hard to show people a good time when you come to New York. It's like perfect time. What's the name? Because some people are like, oh, come, and then you be like, all right, I'm gonna get you to do this, and that, and then sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And what's the name? But when it works out, then people go back like, yeah, man, New York is the shit. And you just like, yo, that shit was a shot in the dark. I'm glad it worked out.
I'm glad it worked out.
Man, I'm glad you had a good time,
I just love the Comedy Cellar so much from watching Louis and just all the Cellar specials and stuff. So just sitting there at the bar or in the booth with y'all talking, it was just like, this is incredible.
Oh, yeah, the comedy table. So, yeah, man, I got opportunity to, I still got opportunity to do shows there weekly. They've added extra rooms, extra nights. If you don't come to the Cellar, they have a midnight show now, so like it lasts like well until the night. They have 3 rooms. I mean, it's a beautiful club. But also New York comedy in general is great. But I've had opportunity to write on some more TV shows. Taking a break now because of what's going on with the strike.
Oh yeah.
I really want to get it scripted. I really want to produce some pilots and really like go to the next level with my creativity. You know, like I always try to challenge yourself and try to see like how broke can I really go before I'm just like, fuck, I can't do this no more.
I'm just out of ideas.
I'm out of ideas. And then you realize just like your ideas can take you as far as you want to, as long as you keep pursuing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take any breaks. I mean, I take breaks, but you got opportunities to like chat with comics, to like really put yourself out there, write, do competitions. I like if comics ask me what should they do, I was like, yo, do competitions. Google, look up stuff, open mics, hang out every night. That's all I can tell you. Google, hang out every night. I feel like that's a bar. Google, hang out every night.
Dude, I'm gonna send that to Drake right now.
Dude, have you ever noticed that Bernie Mac's eye looks like it's trying to escape his head sometimes?
A lot of white there.
So, like
Floyd Henderson.
You know, that's my fancy football name. People never get it. I was like, I'm Floyd motherfucking Henderson, and nobody never gets Floyd Henderson. And I just be like, I'm keeping that name. But Floyd Henderson is like my alias, Floyd Henderson.
I was gonna ask though, you were talking about TV shows. How did you get involved with the Practical Jokers guys?
Man, bro, that was all luck. That was me trying to like stay alive in New York. I'm not finna sit up here and say like, oh, I talked to this person, they knew this person. I literally was PAing, like production assistant for like a couple of like TV jobs, and then somebody referred me to Impractical Jokers, and I drove the truck for like the first season. The guys didn't know who I was, and then I would hang out with like the rest of the crew, and the rest of the crew would laugh, and they'd be like, "Yo, you really need to meet this guy named Terry." And when the guys met me, it was like, "Oh man, he seems really cool." And then Joe Gatto, who I love, Joe Gatto was just start throwing me in random shit. Like Joe, like anytime you like call Terry or be like, you see me like it was literally like last minute until like the next season. It was like, all right, Terry, like you when we asked you to do something last minute, you delivered. So let's try to like do something like planned out. So it was like a great opportunity. And then they asked me what I wanted to do, and I told them I wanted to write, and they brought me on as a writer. And I got an opportunity to be like a writer. I submitted. They let me be a writer, which led to me doing that. I also got opportunity to do another hidden camera show with Anthony Anderson and his mom called House Hunters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was like a spoof on like the show House Hunters. Go like check out houses, but on ours it's like we prank people that was looking at the house, whether it be like the seller, the buyer, celebrity guests, or whatnot. Like, so we'll do like some like crazy prank to do on them. So we shot one season of that, but I thought it was really cool that I got a chance to work with Anthony Anderson.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and I got a chance to work with Impractical Jokers. So
well, you worked with Dion Cole one time. I saw you. Didn't you open for Dion?
Yeah. I bombed in front of Dion.
Oh man, I didn't mean to bring that up.
Nah, man. Yeah, I bombed in front of Dion Cole. It was in Atlanta at Uptown Theater. I remember I was hanging out with a couple of comics, Johanse, shout out to Johanse, and Dion Cole was supposed to go on last, and Sean Larkins was doing the show, and I was supposed to be featuring, and it was a midnight show. We had did 3 shows, and the last show was midnight, but the show didn't start till like 1:00 in the morning, and like in Atlanta, and I was just like, shit, Jesus Christ. And then one of the other comics was like, yo, you want to go smoke? Like we go, like it was right next door to Stilettos, so we walked to the strip club and we got some weed, and we started smoking. Like all 3 comics, right? We supposed to be on the show, and we started smoking. And then I just heard like 2 of the comics were like, yeah, man, I ain't going up. that's how I knew we got too hot. I was like, fuck. And then, you know what? Like, I never worry about like a big crowd, because a big crowd, like 200 people, 300, it's like that. I never worry about the shows, because all you need is like 12 people, 15 people. What makes you feel good about you, like, all right, it's not me, it's the crowd. Like these people right here.
They get it.
But when it's only 15 people and those 15 don't laugh, you're just like, yo, it is all on me. and I remember just bombing my ass off in front of Dion Cole, because I remember Dion Cole came to my college in 2007 and put on a performance what made me realize, like, yo, I really love stand-up comedy. My first ever watching somebody do like live stand-up was in college. It was Dion Cole, and he crushed it. Like knocked that shit out the park, wasn't even trying. And then I told him about it right from my set, and then I went up there and just bombed. But he still took a picture with me. But he knows his back is turned. Like, I don't know this motherfucker. I don't know this motherfucker for real, bro. Like, yeah, he on his own. But yeah,
the music in this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm your puppet. I mean, it kind of slaps.
Who do you think's more like?
No, it's real songs. It's like this. I'm your puppet. You can look at that shit up. Yeah,
Sam and Dave too.
We haven't even mentioned how underrated John Legend is in this movie.
Like how Birdman tried to choke him. He like, this motherfucker.
I kept waiting on him to like wake up. I thought it was gonna be like I was trying to get you back together. Like this was all a practical joke. I kept being like
Practical Jokers.
Yeah. But I just kept thinking, man, Bertie, you got to stop talking so bad about him. He's about to wake up. Be like, I knew you didn't like me. But it didn't happen. He was dead.
But at the same time that you watched it, though, you was like, how does John Legend not laugh?
I know. I did think that.
Like how many takes where like Birdman had to grab like this motherfucker.
And he would not smile.
And not smile. Like, that's tough.
I did think it was very believable, though, with him being the main guy that leaves. Like, with them 3, you're like, oh, of course, John Legend would.
Yeah, the best singer out of all 3.
Yeah. Who do you think's more believable, though? Is like a soul singer, Samuel L. Jackson or Bernie Mac?
Damn, that's a really great question. I would say Samuel L. Jackson. It's because he has that serious, like, you know, like Bernie just like makes you laugh type guy, but you watch Samuel, like he knows how like to do the moves and everything. Bernie Mac was like the guy that does like the deep voice monologue, like, "Hey, baby." I know
the Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, like I know things are weird right now, but I'm trying to make him unweirder right now.
I think his hat also sells the part too. Like he's just always well dressed to this.
Very clean brother, man. Like, and just to see this like comedy genius not around, like the Bernie Mac show. I always tell people like the Bernie Mac show got like screwed. Like it always kept changing which night of the week it was going to be on. Because I always try to watch the Bernie Mac show. But I thought the show was hilarious because like Bernie Mac would just like say like random, like even like they'll show like the outtakes of him like really messing with the kids, and Bernie Mac would really be going in on the kids. Like the little girl Vanessa, I think her name was Vanessa, but she would be like, he called her baby girl, and baby girl was like, she was 6, and she was just like, yeah, he gonna take me out to get some shrimp, and then he gonna take me to roller coaster, and he'll give me some cake. And he was like, damn, baby girl, you gonna have to marry rich. And everybody in the back like bust out laughing, but that was just like, oh, there you go, that's gonna punch.
Also, I thought this was hilarious that the Memphis County Jail only had 2 people in it. It's like, dude, I've been to Memphis.
Yeah, I've been to
There's no way that jail cell's that empty.
Yeah, he's like, you sure I'm not in there somewhere?
I was nervous when Bernie Mac holding the cop by gun because he'd already misfired that gun so many times. Like, is he about to shoot this guy on accident?
I love that there's a scene with a white police officer and a black guy, and you're worried about the white guy.
I just wanted to be okay.
I want everybody to know what my true feelings lie.
He's like, Blue Lives Matter, damn it.
Which I want nobody to get confused. Sponsorship gonna go sky high. Oh, god damn, this is the new Fox News. But reality shows really took off in like 2007 after the writer's strike.
Well, they had to.
Yeah.
That was like all that like at the time, that was all the content that they could put out there because they didn't have writers.
You know the biggest show when the writer's strike happened at the beginning of 2007?
It wasn't Survivor, was it? It
Nope.
was
The Apprentice.
It was the goddamn Apprentice.
Oh man.
It was the writer's strike was the birth of Trump. If you think about it.
Lord, what are they creating this time around?
That's what I'm saying. It's like it was just like, yo, Trump came off of this monster of, it was just like, I feel good about myself. There's no good TV. And then you think about when writers come back, they've already produced a lot of this stuff because like, companies are like, oh, we on a time thing. I still got to pay this camera guy. I still got to pay this AD and all these people, like this whole staff. Like, I got to push this movie out. So they'll still push through with the script. And then we get that era of like, why is all these movies so bad? Wow, the plot's so simple. That's what's gonna happen now. It's like everybody that wants to continue trying to do their shows and do everything like Law and Order and all those other shows that come out in the summer, and you be like, yo, we got to meet this deadline because I already know how the line producers are. They're gonna be like looking at very shitty, low rated shows, and we'll be like, oh man, this. I'm really scared. I'm terrified because Marvel and like superhero movies are already on life support with like some of the bad. Guardians of the Galaxy, great movie. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy,
That's one of my favorite.
The third
ones. The first one. I want to go see the third one.
When I went to the movie theater on Wednesday to watch Bo's Afraid, they were like already doing preparations for like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
like it was like we expect a ton of people to be there watching this movie.
But they're predicting it's gonna be like the lowest box office number ever.
Really?
For the movie, yeah. Even though it's a great movie. But I mean, you gotta think about it. Their track record is not really great with Marvel. And then you gotta think about superhero fatigue. Like, it was one point we was getting superhero movies like once, twice a year. Now we get them like 4 or 5 times a year.
A month.
Three shows a year too.
Yeah, you gotta think about it. You still like after this Guardians of the Galaxy movie, you still got the Flash movie everybody's talking about. You still got the Marvels. It's like I'm pretty sure they'll come out with something else.
Are you a big Marvel guy?
I'm a big superhero guy. Like, I love superhero movies.
Okay.
I grew up on that. So yeah.
Who's your favorite superhero or superhero movie?
Oh, favorite superhero movie?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes,
Or superhero, whatever.
Favorite superhero movie? I would have to say like that first Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr. If you go back and watch it, you be like, yo, he got them embodied that shit. Like
Well, the plot was really good.
the plot really good, but like I've seen 17 Bruce Waynes, about 4 Batmans, 6 Spider-Mans, and I'll be like, that person was name. But the first time I've ever said like this, there's nobody, I can't think of nobody that can do a Tony Stark Iron Man like Robert Downey Jr. did. Like nobody. And he did it like for so long. Like he really was like the embodiment of what you think a billionaire sociopath would do. With a fucking...
I think Tom Cruise was, they wanted to cast him first, maybe, but I think he'd do an okay job. But Robert Downey Jr. is just so likable. I mean, he can get away with blackface.
Yeah. No, I think Tom Cruise can do great as Iron Man, but I don't think he can do it does great with the Tony Stark part.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What?
So what he just said
about Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr.
Whoa. Don't say it, because he don't want to get canceled. You said blackface. He don't want that shit.
Dude. Yeah.
You say blackface, man. Let's get this on record. Look at that camera and say, like,
what do you think about Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface in Tropic Thunder?
I didn't see the problem at all, because he was making fun of, like, it was like a trope on top of a trope.
No doubt.
Like nobody has had a problem unless it's like the new generation of people being like they offended by like you like offended 4 people. And as a black person, I'm like, no, he was making fun of somebody who takes on the what's name so serious and be like, oh yeah, like yeah, I'm a black guy and I'm trying to do this role justice. And there's another black guy like, no, you're not. Like you were really being racist as fuck right now.
The name Kirk Lazarus is so funny too.
Yeah, what you mean by you people? What do you mean by you people? And I like my favorite part of the movie, which is the weirdest thing, is that Brandon T. Jackson drops the N-word and Robert Downey Jr. slaps the shit out of him for saying the N-word. Nobody never talks about that part of the movie.
Are you singing Good Times to me?
He was like, that word has been put us apart for 400 years. And you just like, God damn, that is genius for the person in blackface to get offended for like usually it's the other way around. Like, oh, I'm like let him really go in and say what's name. He was like, nah, he wants to be the upstanding black guy. So yeah. Shout out to Robert Downey Jr. for that.
Man, what you coming out in movies for anyway? You need another revenue stream?
For your information, my revenue stream currently generates $2 million a year in charitable contributions for my community.
Hot damn.
And why am I in this movie? Maybe I just knew I had to represent, because they had one good part in for a black man. They gave it to Crocodile Dundee.
Pump your brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure.
I just wanted to throw another shrimp on you, Bobby.
That shit ain't funny.
Hey, fellas, it's hot. We're tired. It stinks. I'm fucking with you, Kangaroo Jack. I'm sorry a dingo ate your baby.
You know that's the true story. Lady lost a kid. You about to cross some fucking lines.
Guys, relax. You know what? Fuck that, man. I'm sick of this koala hugging nigga telling me.
For 400 years, that word has kept us down.
What the fuck?
Took a whole lot of time just to get up that hill. Now we up in the big leagues. Kid, I'll turn it back. Long as I live, it's you and me, baby.
That's the theme song for the Jeffersons. You really need help.
And just because the theme song don't make it not true.
Yeah, it was like, yo, I'm with you on that. Like, why you out here saying the N-word like that? But yeah, I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is probably the greatest superhero movie. That's Spider-Man 3. That's that third Spider-Man, the recent one.
Oh, okay.
I was like, dude, Spider-Man 3.
It's
where he dances in the street.
I like Venom.
I would have loved that.
No, the most
recent
the
one.
3 Spider-Mans in it.
Oh yeah, Far Away from Home,
Yeah.
or No Way Home, or what? Yeah.
Did you see Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes, I saw the first one.
That's my
So
favorite.
the new one that's coming out, it looks awesome. Where Miles goes back, it's like across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous.
Why?
I'm a little nervous too. Just the first one was such a good one that I don't know, they can't top
Yeah,
that.
it's such a good one, and then like nothing against Sony, but Sony has scared me with these last like Like I heard they making a Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, no.
And then I'm.
You watched Morbius?
No, I'm terrified to watch Morbius.
I was worried for you.
Like the critics are so bad on Morbius. I was just like, yo, they really went in on Morbius. Like they know him. Like they went to school with him. It was like, Morbius. Hey yo, hey. When Morbius come in here, we gonna clap for him like he did something. All right. What this? Hey, Morbius like this. Yeah. Y'all watch the movie. Boy, you killed it. Like Morbius will know the joke is on him. Cause they re-released Morbius like, yo, bring it back to theaters. And you're like, yo, why are you bringing this back to theaters? And everybody's talking about like how bad it is.
It almost seems like a practical joke for Jared Leto. Where they're just like, we're just gonna give him the bad Joker movie.
Is Joe Gatto them paying you to drop Impractical Jokers?
I wish I would do
We're
it.
just trying to get him on our podcast.
Yeah. Like get Sal Volcano and it's just like how many times we can drop Impractical on them. That was an impractical drink, right? Boom, boom, shake, drink.
Dude, Sean Hayes is a perfect white dude in this movie.
Yeah.
He's like I can never tell if he annoys me to the extreme or if I like am just like, oh, this is just like him in everything.
I think some actors could act like Jonathan Majors. Sorry, but Jonathan Majors is like, when you see him in different stuff, he's like a different person in everything he does. But in some actors, it's like they're the same person. I feel like he's like this, like
every time.
Yeah, like this is my character. This is what I do. Like Vince Vaughn, like yo, I'm quick, I'm witty. Like yo, like get ready for the banter type vibe when I do it. Or like Owen Wilson, like, oh, I'm charming. Wow, like
You've had some good impressions. I don't know about the Owen Wilson.
I didn't know you were such an impressionist. I've learned a lot.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to do. Next year, you're gonna see me America's Got Talent.
I'm doing a lot of acting.
Yeah, you're gonna see me do my great Barbara Walters impersonation. So that's all I got.
Well,
Barbara Walters.
It's 9:00 right now. Do you need to get out of here?
Are y'all going to the brewery?
Yeah, which one? You left. We glowed up.
The good people. Good People's Brewery.
No, I gotta get some food and eat, but we've been asking people, do you remember when you found out Santa Claus wasn't real?
Yeah, of course. My godfather, shout out to my godfather, Carl Johnson, who cut my hair as a kid. He was my barber, but he was my godfather as well. My dad would call him anytime I got in trouble and be like, yo, this is what Terry did. This is what Terry wanted for Christmas and everything. And then, but I was at the age for like 7, 8, where I kind of remember, like, I redialed the number, like *667, and I called back. And he answered the shit. He's like, "Love Yourself Barbershop," and I was just like, "What the fuck?" I sounded working at a barbershop. He saw my uncle call, my grandfather call. I hung up the phone, and then I think you have I think that's, a lot of people think about when that conscience kicks in as a kid. Like, you don't remember your conscience kicking, but I remember my conscience kicked in. I remember as a kid, like, yo, I can go in here and bust they shit open right now and tell my parents, bust this whole thing on, or I can ride this shit out and get these gifts. Because I feel like if I tell them, they're going to be like, oh, the gig is up. No more gifts. But I was like, nah, we're going to ride this shit out. And then I wrote that shit out to about 23. I was not letting it down. My mom was like, your grown ass no. And then I finally told her, I think I told her when I was like 16, 17, that I ain't believe in Santa Claus. And she was like, you a smart motherfucker, aren't you? I was like, yeah. I'm going to ruin the
16-year-old figured it out.
Just now figuring it out.
That's so fun. Santa Claus working at the barbershop, man.
He has to keep the lights
North
on.
Pole's elves went on that writer's strike.
Yeah, it was like, God damn. Is the elves sweeping up? What's going on here?
What's the craziest thing you've ever snuck in a movie theater? Have you ever snuck anything weird in?
Oh, shit. Weed? Yeah, weed. Yeah.
That's acceptable.
We with some friends. We smoked a joint inside. What's name? And then they came in there. The guy knew it was us, right? Like it was our aisle. Yeah. But he didn't stay where he would have 3 aisles.
Ashes all around.
Yeah, but he didn't stay with the flag. Like he was looking like down 3 aisles. It was like, is it y'all or is it this aisle or is it this aisle with an 87-year-old lady? Who's doing it? Because if I come back and I smell the smoke again, somebody leaving. He was like, all right, let's put this weed out. I don't know why we thought. What movie was that? We smoked
Yeah,
weed
I
at?
gotta know, man.
That's how fucked up the movie was. I want to say it was Shrek. I think me and my friends were like, let's go see Shrek high.
I was not expecting.
Yeah, it was Shrek. Yeah, it was Shrek because we just remember laughing.
It's a good
louder than
family
anybody
time.
else. Yeah. It was just like it was like fucking 20 of us. I think that's why the dude was terrified. He was like, "This is a child that could beat my ass, or is it an 87-year-old lady?"
Yeah, lady,
Get out of here, lady.
If I come back in here and your glaucoma's ass is smoking any more weed,
I promise I'll put your ass out of here. But yeah, I think that's what it was. I like this. Oh man, what's the next question, guys?
All right, let me ask you this. You were talking about writer's strike and what it did last time around. What do you think this strike's going to do for comedy and comedy writing in movies? Is it going to like...
No, I think it'll make people realize. I think we've gotten so used to like the normal palette of good shit, right? Because my biggest knock is like people watch sketches and like skits off like SNL and stuff like this. Like folks be like, SNL is trash. It's just like it's crazy like they're funny now. They're so woke. Or you watch other people being like, oh, this is not great. But I was like, yo, go back and watch the first Space Jam movie. go back and watch those like Roger the Rabbits, Honey I Shrunk the Kid movies and stuff like that. Like yeah, like I mean nostalgic, yes, but when you watch it, you realize like how bad the plot is, how bad timing the jokes are, how bad the acting is. But we get so much like great stuff over the years since then, from the Chappelles, from the movie like Fridays or like Impractical Jokers, or just like great television, and then we expect everything to be as good or even better than what we've seen. So now we have this like high expectation, this palette of everything has to be good at Reach TV. And even though we have more channels than ever, we have more content than ever on TV, more content ever on social media where you can watch anything you want. So everybody's always putting stuff out there. I always think great content is out there, but I think it's gonna make people appreciate like how great comedy writing is right now. One of my favorite shows right now is Abbott Elementary.
Oh man, that's so good.
It's classic to me. Like you still get like that classic sitcom joke vibe, but damn, that like some of that writing is just like so fucking good and jokes, and you just be like, yo, this is good. I love this show. You know, like it's not like Blackish and like all those shows like those fun like Modern Family. Like, those shows are funny. And you're just like, they'll stand the test of time, but it's just certain shows that come around like every few years we get a show, you're like, Jesus Christ, that's genius. Like Dave Chappelle type deal.
Janelle James is just so great in it. And even, I forget the guy from Everybody Hates Chris. That he had to like redefine his career after that show.
Yeah, he did Walking Dead.
I forgot about that. Well, he like, what was
he
it?
He knew shit.
Because he would only get those certain type of roles, and he just had to stop taking them and like stop working for a while, and then like redefine himself. And like, I don't know, I still look at him as sad that he did all that, and I'm still like, that guy from Everybody Hates Chris.
Everybody Hates Chris. But it's I always feel like it's kind of hard for like, we always say like writers. That's why I prefer like writing over trying to perform in a what's the name, because you can do so well at a role, people only see you at that role. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you're just like, nah, man, like you, Everybody Hates Chris. So like now he's gonna be like, oh no, you what's the name from Abbott Elementary?
Yeah.
So now you have to like decide like, okay, like, and you ain't too many people that get like 2-3 of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many actors that we know. You're like, that's it. Like that kid with no teeth on Stranger Things, he won't get shit else. If you see him on something else, it'll be when he's 40, and you be like, you remember him? He's a kid from Stranger Things.
He's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what happens. Mm-hmm. It's like some people get like certain roles in a certain specific time of their career, and you be like,
he's very Danny Botafuco.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking exactly.
Like, we'll see him, and we'll be like, dude, that kid was cute.
Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, let me see if I can top that.
Yeah.
You won't.
Stephanie Tanner.
You were obsessed with Full House,
I was
dude.
with Full House, man. Full House was my shit when I got out of school.
Full circle.
So what was the first show you saw when you got out of school? It was only 2 shows. Mine was Power Rangers and Full House.
Okay, I got what you
Power
mean.
Rangers.
Power Rangers came on at 4:00 on
Dude,
the goddamn dot.
What about Tommy dying?
Tommy died, kind of fucked me up. I say watch the Power Rangers movie.
Which hit you harder, Kobe or Tommy?
Or Bernie Mac, yeah.
Kobe. Which one fucked with my childhood the most? Let me see.
The damn Green Ranger hit hard, dog.
You talking about the motherfucker with the flute? Yeah. The motherfucker with the flute hurt. And I was like, oh my goddamn. I hope I played the flute at his funeral. I hope Lizzo came in that bitch with a dagger type flute and just played that shit.
Lizzo be daggering.
Oh yeah. She was like, damn, she just daggering her heart out there.
Oh gosh, there's John Legend's dead ass.
Nobody thought that was disrespectful as shit.
See,
In the casket.
Everyone just started cheering.
Yeah.
They desecrated.
He desecrated
this
the body.
funeral.
It was like, whoa. I know you're the police, but you can't go on stage right now. Like the police can't just be like, if you don't get the fuck out the way for goddamn stopping the.
Well, a white guy was stopping him, so he's like, okay.
Let's listen to him.
No, and thank you so much though for taking time out of your time while you're in Birmingham or
Time out of time.
And take 2. I'm not the only person around here. This is brought to you by Michelob Ultra. The staggerness of drunkenness. All right.
No, but thanks again for taking time out of your day and hanging out with us, man. It's good to see you too. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
It's not too many people I call friends in this business, but Nick, you are definitely a friend. I saw you from the beginning. I know you have potential. And to see you doing what you're doing now, man, it brings good joy to my heart, man. And see you again and not remember. Sorry, I didn't remember that we got fucked up in a comedy club in New York. But, you know, you guys ever in New York, man, you know, you're always cool with me. Come hang out. We'll do crazy shit and then come talk about it in front of a podcast full of people. I had a joke at the end of that, but that shit ain't gonna hit because I've been drinking Michelob Ultra, brought to you by what's name. But yeah, honestly, I always want to say some parting words. It's good to hang out with people that you're cool with.
What would you say, especially the Birmingham scene better than maybe anyone? You started out here, you spent a ton of time here. What would be your advice to the people starting in Birmingham right now?
I'm gonna say this. This is any business. Never think of yourself as a person who's starring in your city or state. Just star somebody like that's just doing it. You know, like don't limit yourself. I mean, like somebody starting off in Birmingham, somebody like because I feel like you're gonna have to give yourself steps. You're like, all right, now I'm gonna have to go to do open mics in Birmingham. Now I'm gonna do some rooms at the comedy club here in Alabama. Now I'm gonna go do some comedy clubs in Georgia or Tennessee. Now I think I'm ready to go travel the country and everything. But instead of you just going out and like, I'm a comedian that happens to be from Alabama that's telling my story. Because you're a lot bigger than just the state who you are. You have a story, you have great things that people want to hear and listen. You have a great perspective, and I feel like as a person in this generation, this era, like everybody has a story, everybody has something very interesting that people want to hear and listen, and being like, you know what, I can rock with that. Like I get that. I've been through the same situations, and just being honest and true. Like you hear like a lot of comics on stage now. Record every set that you have. I don't care if you feel like it's nothing or it's big. You don't have to wait. Don't listen to comments when you have to wait like 15 years, 20 years. That's worse advice. Like 10 years and stuff like that. That's such a 90s, early 2000 way to look at it. Now it's just about like, if you can just go out there and just keep producing, keep funneling like funny, great material, you never know when it's going to hit for you. So don't listen to anybody about like what steps you need to take, what you need to do next. What's your equivalent or what's going to happen? Just do you and just keep producing for your fan base, because if you work for your fan base, you don't have to worry about like trying to be like, oh, like all right, I guess I have to say these jokes or talk this way or make sure I enunciate this way. But no, if your crowd knows you, then they'll be like, oh, he can fuck up much as he want because I know a good joke is coming around the corner.
No, man, I appreciate that. Where can we find you on social media?
Goddamn. Where can I find me in social media? Terry Thomas Comedy. You can find me at Terry Thomas Comedy on social media, Terry Thomas Jr. on YouTube. I will be posting on TikTok. My name on TikTok is All Right Terry. It's just how it sounds. All right, Terry. And I'll be posting more clips of things you see me from Impractical Jokers and stand-up clips starting next week in this month of May. It's crazy.
Awesome.
It's crazy timing, but yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the front. You're about to get the movie ruiners bump, baby.
Dude, thanks for coming, man.
Thanks, man.
It's been
Yeah,
great.
appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right, peace.
Cut it out.
Watching movies till we die.